Animals, Glasgow, Virginia. This is the main entrance to the hostel. Little driveway. You can see. Outdoor sitting area. Some tables. Leave your shoes out here. Your trekking pole. You enter right here. Good morning, campers. I'm just leaving Glasgow, Virginia. A view of the James River here behind me. And I am about to cross the longest pedestrian-only footbridge on the Appalachian Trail. So says Charlie. And if Charlie says it, then I believe it. So it's literally a foot bridge. Alright, I'm shooting this footage while the ground is still level. I'm just crossed the James River, and I'm going to shoot for 14.8 miles today. It's going to be a tough day. It's a lot of uphill. As is often the case when you leave a town, you got to climb back up into the mountains. So a lot of uphill. Number two, it's going to be hot. It's going to hit 90, maybe 92, although hopefully it'll be cooler up in the mountains. But we'll see. Number three, water sources are not the greatest and not the most reliable. So I have to be very careful about my water management. In fact, the place I'm planning on camping does not have a reliable water source. So that means I may have to carry water for several miles, including uphill, in order to camp at that spot. So a lot of variables at play here today. Water is my biggest concern. I can camp just about anywhere, but I can't get water just about anywhere. So that's going to be high on my priority list today, is making sure I know exactly where I can get water, where it's going to be reliable, because some of the reliable spots are not reliable right now because they haven't had rain for a while. So, tough day. We'll see how it goes. I just got to plug away and try not to overheat, stay hydrated, and get water everywhere I can, and really plan out that last water stop of the day. Okay, I just stopped briefly at Matt's Creek Shelter. I thought I had to use a privy, but I didn't. Here's Matt's Creek, by the way. So I just got another liter of water, so now I have 2 liters of water. Just because the water sources are so unreliable, and the comments on Gut Hook aren't very current, so this concerns me for having enough water throughout the day. Hot day like this, going uphill most of the day. gotta have water. So, in any event, we'll see. The next potential water source is a spring about 2 miles from here, but comments are over a month old, so we'll see what it's like when we get there. Normally, I'm neither happy nor sad to see fog. Oftentimes when I'm climbing a hill, I'm sad because I know I won't get any views when I get to the top. But on a day like today, I'm supposed to get over 90 and humid, I will take all the fog I can get. The more fog, the better. Keep it nice and cool for us, as long as possible. So the uphill climb has begun. I'm going to try a strategy of using short shuffle steps rather than full strides. I've used that strategy before in the Grayson Highlands, the Rowan Highlands, even on the Trans-Catalina Trail, where you take like half steps, but you walk a little faster. And that way you're not engaging your quads as much, you're not getting your heart rate up as much, you're not generating as much body heat. So it's almost like a little shuffle walk or baby steps. And the steeper it gets, the shorter your shuffle steps. When it starts to level out a bit, you can increase your steps. So the length of your stride is inversely proportional to the elevation grade of the trail. I've got my bandana wetted down and my calf sleeves are wetted down. So trying to make as much progress as I can. It's a little after 9. It's still hazy out. The sun isn't beating down full force yet. So it hasn't warmed up to the point where it's going to be later. 90, 92, whatever. Heat index would probably be in the high 90s with the humidity. So got to make a few miles here before it really gets bad. So although that makes for a beautiful view, it also means I'm above the fog layer, which means I don't have any protection from the sun. So it's going to be a hot one today. So it's 11:30 and making good progress. The climb is leveled out right now temporarily. There's more climb ahead for me, but I'm not far away from the next water source. So far the water sources have all had water. I've stopped twice to get more water and to drink. The next source, according to people coming the other way, is Marble Spring, and that does have water. From what I'm told, I may have to scoop it, but water's water. And from there I have to make the judgment call on, I think there's another spring called Harrison Ground Spring or something like that. I don't know how reliable that is. I have to make a judgment call there. Do I carry more water than I normally do for 6-7 miles until I get to the shelter, Thunder Hill shelter? Or do I just carry a half load of water and hope that there's water? Hope that there's water at the Harrison Ground Spring. I don't know. Make that decision up here at Marble Spring. Tough decision to make. Look at her just walking along like a horse. Just walking down the trail. Hi, sweetie. Hi there. You're beautiful. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You okay? Are you hurt? You hurt, sweetie? I want to go now, okay? And good girl. I don't want to freak you out. Yeah, you're beautiful. Bye, sweetie. Okay, so that's the closest I have been to a wild deer, I think, ever. I mean, she was literally less than 10 feet from me. She just took a few steps off the trail and then turned around. And she was breathing kind of hard. I'm thinking it might be because, it's hot out. She might be thirsty. Who knows? But she seemed to be walking okay. I didn't detect a limp or anything unusual. She didn't seem injured, although she could have been. She could have, hurt herself somehow, but she just seemed very calm and okay with my presence. And I did shift my pole from one hand to the other to get a better camera shot, and she looked, she was, concerned. What are you doing? Like, is that a weapon kind of a thing? So I just moved very slow, and I just left her. I didn't want to stress her out standing there too long. So that was kind of neat. Beautiful animal. Just leaving Marble Spring. I drank a little over half a liter, maybe 20 ounces of water. And loaded up. I have about maybe 2.5 liters right now. Probably more than I need. I think Harrison Ground Spring, in less than 4 miles, is supposed to have water. It's not really flowing, but it's scoopable, apparently. As we'll see when we get there. That's my last water source for the day. I need to carry whatever I can from there to the shelter. And it's an uphill, up and over slog to the shelter. The spring is on the uphill side, and then I gotta go up and over that to the shelter. So it's like 3.5 miles or something, I think. Yeah, so tough one, hot, humid. Water sources are tricky, but at least they're available. So I can't complain too much, but the water source that's right after the shelter tomorrow, as I'm leaving the shelter, there's a water source, but comments say it's dry. So that could be a problem tomorrow, because that means I got to carry enough water, not just for tonight, but also for tomorrow morning until I can get to a reliable water source. So I'll figure all that out when I get to the next spring. Whew, I just finished the climb. Now it's level. Whew, on my way to High Cock Knob. I did not make that up. High Cock Knob. Look it up. So that's where I'm going. Thunder Ridge Shelter, 4.6 miles. And you would think that that's the trail you take, right? That's where the sign is, but no. This is the AT here. So a little confusing to put a sign like that right next to a side trail. Probably not the smartest placement for a sign. I know what you're thinking, because that's what I'm thinking. Not the most appetizing water source, but there is a flow. You can see a flow there. You can see water flowing a little bit. So it is flowing, but it looks a little stagnant. So this is the last reliable water for possibly 6 and as much as 8.5 miles. So I don't think I have much choice. I'm going to have to fill up here, and I'm going to have to fill up everything just because of this heat. I'm going to have to carry 4.5 liters of water just for my own peace of mind. Probably drink another liter on the way to the shelter. That'll leave me 3.5 to cook, brush my teeth, clean, have something to drink in the morning, and have water to drink on my way out in case it's another 5 miles before I get to reliable water. So it's a tough situation, but at least I have some water available, so it could be worse. Okay, I'm leaving Harrison Ground Spring, which actually turned out to be a pretty good water source. It wasn't flowing real strong. The water was cold and clear, and once you took the time to scoop it, it was pretty good water. So I'm literally carrying every drop of water I can right now. My backpack has got 10 pounds of water in it, 4.5 liters, which is close to 10 pounds, 9.9 I think. In any event, it's going to be tough. I got to push uphill here, then I've got a downhill, downhill and flat, and then once I cross Blue Ridge Parkway, it's another mile uphill to the shelter. The water at the shelter is not reliable, and the spring after the shelter is not reliable. It could be tomorrow, it could be anywhere from 3 to 5 miles before I get to a good water source. So I need the water to drink on the way to the shelter in these bottles. I need water when I get to camp to cook, brush my teeth and clean. I'll have to do that very sparingly. I need water in the morning to have my breakfast drink. And I need water to hike to the next water source. So I figured I fill up everything I can. The only thing I didn't put water in is my cold soaking jar, which I sometimes do with a half liter of water, and then it's ready to go for cooking. It's pre-measured, ready to go, but with already carrying 4.5 liters, I didn't see a need to do that. It's not a desperate situation. It's not like a desert or something. I just have to go a bit of a stretch without any good water sources. So I'm really heavy right now. I'm hoping to get there about 5:30. It's 3:30 right now. Hoping I can get there in about 2 hours, 3.3 miles. So about a 1.6, 1.7 mile an hour pace. Out of those 3.3 miles, probably 2.3 of them, or at least 2 of them, are uphill. So I'm going to be ready for a break when I get there, I'll tell you that. Holy cow, I can't wait to get this pack off. Whew. Okay, I've made it to the top of the second to last climb. And it's fairly flat, a little downhill. Pack is killing me. I got it, trying to get it on my hips. That's so heavy. It's pulling down, pushing on my shoulders. Man. Oh, that's just so much water to carry. A good 10 pounds of water. But I gotta do it. So I just gotta push on. It's about maybe 2.5 miles to the shelter. I figured my pack's gotta be at least 35 pounds. I got a 16-pound base weight. I probably got 9 pounds of food. It's a 4 to 5 day supply of food, about 2 pounds a day. That's 25 pounds, and then the 10 pounds of water, 35 pounds. So my other fear is going downhill. It's a lot more weight, a lot more pressure on my knees. So I just gotta go easy here. I don't want to hurt myself carrying all this extra weight. Wild blackberries. Hard to focus on them, but they look tasty. I may have to try one. Even though I'm dying with all this weight on my back, anyone who goes to the trouble to build something like this, I feel like I need to get up on it and see what the view's like. There you go. So I made it to the Blue Ridge Parkway, 1.1 miles to the shelter. It's all uphill. I was hoping there'd be a parking area, somewhere I could sit and relax and have a snack. And I took my pack off, I had to. My shoulders are just dying. All that weight from the water. So I'm just here on the trail, right by the Blue Ridge Parkway. I'm gonna have a quick snack, hydrate a little bit, just rest my shoulders, and then throw the pack on again and just muscle my way up the last 1.1 miles to that shelter, and I'm done for the day.